Big Blue is out of the building. Medium-sized Brown is out the building. Also on the move, we definitely need to nickname this one, the SEMA 2025 Silverado. And yes, we probably have run across the craziest, as the thumbnail says, and we'll run up to the shop here in a little bit and show you guys, numbers matching situation ever. Stay tuned. All right, y'all are probably wondering what are these trucks doing out today. And it's a beautiful day, that's for one. But for two, they're actually headed to an indoor show for the weekend. And we're getting a day ahead of it because of the crazy, nasty weather coming. So we're out here in shorts today, t-shirt, and tomorrow we're going to be like in snow clothes. It's going to be ridiculous. Milky Way. It's got a name, Milky Way, because it's brown with a caramel center. So me and AJ think that's pretty fitting. So it took us a little while to Google that and figure it out. But AJ likes eating those, so he already knew exactly what it was. He just couldn't spit it out, and we figured it out. But Milky Way, in case you guys haven't seen, is a 1978 Chevrolet K20 that had a full restoration done by actually a really nice company. I reached out to the company that did the restoration work on this truck prior to the couple little things that we did, and super nice. A lot of guys don't even want to take time to get on the phone. Knowledgeable, personable, and just the person I'd like to talk to. So they gave us a lot of details about the 6.2 motor. Yes, it has a 6.2 LS. And he also definitely backed up that the truck was incredible prior, which was super important to find out because it is a very high-end truck. And he also said the expense of the truck was way, way, way over what they originally started out to do, which is not uncommon. Projects always grow. And Alvin's gonna wipe her down and get it ready for the show. Pause it real quick, I gotta get. So we were able to determine that the fuel management system where these trucks go from 8 cylinders to 4 cylinders had been turned off, making these motors last a lot longer. We were also able to determine the generation of this motor was not the one GM is having a lot of problems with. So there was a lot of questions that got answered with that phone call. And also, a good little conversation because he already knew us from following, seeing some of the products, seeing some of the vehicles. So we kicked it off really good. And it's nice to have a business owner that's on the same page. So that was awesome. But he was just blown away when talking about this truck. You could tell he was excited. It was a fun build. Why would you not be excited? I mean, you built a dream truck, vintage air, a 6.2 under the hood, a 10-speed transmission, and you can see the workmanship that was done was top notch. So this one is going to, people got to look at this truck. A lot of people at this show are going to walk a little bit past it, but if they look at this truck deep down, they're going to have their eyeballs blown away at the quality of it. So Big Blue. You guys have seen it plenty in the past. I don't think me and AJ have still done a dedicated video, but this one should steal the show. It's going to be the first official real show. We've taken it to a couple little local showy type, golly day. Keep it going, guys. I just put my phone back in the parking from pause, and I've got 18 text messages. Unbelievable. It's going to be one of those days. A lot going on. So this truck's on 49s, weld wheels. It's a combination of 20 years of effort put into this truck and this build. And in case you are new to the channel and haven't seen it, it is just over the top. And the stereo behind the seat. Actually, hopefully, AJ, if you happen to be the one going over there, I want this kind of on the aisle where this door can be open so people can look in here. And we'll flip the seat forward and move it forward so people can look in and literally be looking at the back, because that's a very big focal point of this truck. The size is one thing, but this is a bolt nut. I say restoration. It's not restoration. It is a upfit of this truck, but it would be the same process you went to for a restoration and just harder. because of the fact that it's it's just over the top. Yeah, waving. The reflection's wild. Another thing I forgot when we were talking about the tow truck yesterday and what we spend to get these trucks ready, another $2,000 on top of what I talked about is put into that truck with equipment. So all of our trucks, whether they be basically brand spanking new or used or well used, gets new chains, new straps, clevises, you name it. Again, you guys have seen plenty of times over there. So on top of that expense, there's another couple $1,000s in safety gear, flares, fire extinguishers, goggles, glasses, gloves. We tell people when they leave here, if they need to tow something on their way home, they have everything they need to do it other than their personal effects. So that was one more thing. And as we're doing as much changing around as we've been doing, I'm looking at these numbers, I'm looking at these bottom lines, I'm looking at cost of things that are ever increasing. Back to 05, 06, I actually have some invoices in there. The chain kit that we still use today, the same style and same brand, was $88. We're paying $269 for that same chain kit today. Of course, everything in the world goes up. And I used something the other day for a customer, and he wasn't being his comment came off as a smart ass, but he was not really being a smart ass. He was just the way he said it didn't come off the right way, but when he responded again, this was through our text messaging service, and he was asking about a truck and how it, was so much more than what it was when it was new. He was talking about a truck that might have been $12,000 new and it was $50,000 now. And I made a comment that I have a house. I physically have a house that I paid $140,000 for, and I just got my tax bill on it, and it's $550,000 today. So in one of my videos that I don't think we ever published, I put in there, if anybody that wants to talk flack about a truck and what it's worth now versus before, if you'll sell me your home that you've owned for 20, 30, 40 years for the same price you paid for it, I'll buy it. I'll send the money. I don't care what state it's in, because everything in the world goes up, I guess is the golden rule. So let's go down to the shop. Let's put this fun section in because I am excited about this. Well, guys, sometimes there's things that are just phenomenal in this world, and this may be one of the craziest phenomenons ever. Same owner owns both these cars, 63, 64 Pontiac Catalinas. Now, these are cool cars to start with, and very, very well put together cars. Manual trans, cool interiors, super duper classics. And on top of that, 3-deuce setups. Both cars, 3-deuce setups. Now you're probably to the point where you're wondering, why are the motors out of both cars? 63 and 64. Well, in the world of chalk mark restoration, perfection, look under the hood of this car. The man realized the 64 had a 63 motor, and that wasn't right. So he needed to source the right motor. So he checked this car, and this car had a 64 motor and a 63. So numbers, stamping, he had what he needed in both of his cars. So the 63 had the 64 motor removed and it's getting put in there, and vice versa. This one's going in here. And both cars then will be full numbers matching proper cars. But rare enough to have 3 deuces on a car and be that factory. And then to have it with 2 vehicles, and then to have the 2 vehicles have the proper motors that need to go in each other. That's just the craziest thing. When they told me that, I was like, it just doesn't even make any sense. So Junior and TJ worked late last night to do these, because during the busyness of a regular day, it's hard to do something like this. But we wanted to put a time lapse up. That would have been really cool. We could have put a time lapse back where you could have seen both of them, because I said, hey, why don't y'all race? Not that you want to push it or do anything wrong or try to do something too fast, but it would have been cool. Both of them are expert mechanics, just to see how much faster one could do it than the other. But it timed out pretty similar. TJ did say he was a wee bit faster, because of the accessories on the motor of one versus the other. But cool car history, but also something that'll probably never, ever, I mean, how lucky could you be to own the two cars and now to be able to make them complete provenance of 100% numbers matching at that point is pretty cool. So good job, TJ.
Thank you, sir.
Junior will be seeing this, so you know.
Yes, sir.
But now y'all got a race to put them back in.
Yeah, we're gonna take our time and do it right.
Yeah.
Especially like for who these cars belong to.
Right, correct. They need to be right. But really, I mean, that's just a once in a lifetime.
Yeah, I would have never guessed they're wrong or they're swapped. Like, I don't even see a difference between the two motors.
No, but in the world of numbers matching,
Yep.
That's a huge deal. And to own both cars and have what you needed in stock
Yeah.
and 3 deuces, which is rare. And we've only had, as far as I know, we've only had 3 cars ever that had 3 deuces. And we had to rebuild them each time because from sitting, they just went to crap.
I need a junior.
Yeah.
My baby.
Yeah. Well, good stuff, guys. That is good stuff right there. We got another odd unit yesterday. A 6-door. You guys know we love our 4-door, 6-door, 8-door crazy trucks. A 6-door Polaris Gem. G-E-M. So, yes, why? One, for winter time, this thing is actually decent inside. It's got heat. It's got real doors with real door seals. But a lot of these we sell to large corporations, plants, things like that. This particular one, you can kind of read a little bit. It looks like it was Hilton's. So shuttle service for around something like that, like a large complex. It's ideal. But 6 full doors. And I was really impressed when I was reading all the specs because it actually has headroom for a 6'5" person. And I was like, I don't know about that. Well, I'm not even 6 foot, and there is more than plenty of room right here. A taller person must have a much taller torso because, like, I don't know how much that is. That's a lot of space. But you got plenty of leg room, front, back, and middle, and it's electric. So the other cool thing I learned by researching, it cost 3 cents, 0.03, 3 cents per mile to operate this. So people always ask, oh my gosh, I'm saving on gas, but it's going to run my electric bill to the moon. 3 cents a mile. And that's what it costs in electric. So they figured it out to charge it up. And once your power bill goes up, 3 cents per mile to operate this. So you got to figure a corporation or a company that needs to shuttle around some people between buildings, or some places you park outdoors and they got to shuttle you in because of, rules and policies or whatever. Very ideal. So not only do we have these, we have the pickup trucks now. And no, we're not going green and we're not jumping on that bandwagon, but an electric vehicle is pretty cool because this thing's spunky. Did you drive it over, AJ? When you hit the gas, you're all in. Like if it runs 28 miles an hour, you're 0 to 28 within seconds. I mean, it's peppy. Little 13-inch radial tires and wheels. Might even be 12s. They're small. And it also has a little luggage on the back. So no, guys, we're not going green with all these electric vehicles, but we do enjoy them. We've always carried them. And this is plenty of room here for a couple of duffel bags. Or you could definitely have somebody make some kind of deal here for like a trunk. It's actually got a power defrost rear window. That's real glass.
We're going green.
Yeah, we're going green. I don't think you'll have to worry about us ever going green, guys. And these are roll down windows. Sometimes these doors are stationary windows. These are roll down windows. Yeah, all around. I want to make sure before I spoke too soon, I rolled the front ones down. So pretty cool little unit. Between these and the trucks, we could actually have some real fun content. And they're pretty stable. Like a lot of times they're just buckets of crap. These are not. So, and we have the 4-door version too. We'll have to put that. We need to put that in the trucks and all in one picture together and say Davis is going green. And it'll really stir people up. And then show them a picture of in here and show the total opposite of going green. All right, guys. Hope you've enjoyed today. We've had a fun day. It's a beautiful day. We're getting loaded up for the show and the event. We've got a big weekend planned. A lot of vehicles coming and going. A lot of follow-up with customers. A couple trucks sold overnight. We're getting those processed. What else, AJ? Getting those tow trucks ready. We got a bunch of tow trucks getting outfitted with gear, which is what reminded me while we're standing there is AJ does the gear. So he moves the trucks over there. He puts all the gear in them, the straps and the chains. And sometimes the customer even goes over there with him. Oh, we do have the cool rock crawling Jeep. We'll probably get to that tomorrow. And then we've got a trailer to show you guys that's for sale. I'll have some fun tomorrow. Unfortunately, it'll be rainy and maybe snowy, and we need to wear snow boots and gloves and jackets again. But today we're going to enjoy the beautiful weather that God gave us. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow.